Ugh, I hate this job. I wish I was at home freaking sleeping. I guess I'll check on the security cameras. Wait, what the hell? Where's Freddy? Gulp? He's right behind me, isn't he? So the FNAF movie finally came out after 8 years and everyone loves it. The journey to get this movie was wild. It was originally being made by Warner Bros, but then after 2 years it moved to Blumhouse after Scott Cawthon didn't like where it was going. And then after another 6 years, we finally got it. I was very excited when Jason Blum announced the release date, but then I got very nervous when he said it was releasing to Peacock on the same day it comes to theaters. That's what happened to Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, and those weren't very good movies. Oh shit, that's a really bad sign. Oh hey, there's also a teaser trailer. What the hell are those red eyes? Okay, so I was excited and also nervous. And then the second trailer came out and oh my god, it's Springtrap! He always comes back! The second trailer drowned out my worries, but I was still concerned about how non-FNAF fans would think about this movie. From interviews, the cast and crew have said that this movie was made for the fans. So I was pretty sure that it was going to be another Mario movie situation and critics weren't going to like this movie. And yep, that's what I expected. Anyway, enough waiting around. I saw the movie, and what did I think of it? Shit man, I don't know, it's not like it's in the title of the video. I think the FNAF movie is good, but it's not worth the 8-year-long wait. But why is that? Well, let me explain. There will be spoilers in this entire video because I don't think I can talk about this movie without spoiling it. So click off this video if you want to see the movie but haven't seen it. I'll give you some time. Time's up. Anyway, MatPat was in the movie. 12 out of 10. I'll start with the positives I have. I think most of the performances were great. Josh Hutcherson gave a pretty good lead performance as Mike. For a child actor, Piper Rubio... Am I saying that right? God, I'm always like... fucking screwing up names. God damn it, I can't even spell shit right. Being a YouTuber is hard.
Rubio.
Oh, Rubio. Oh, okay, my bad. For a child actor, Piper Rubio was also pretty good as Abby, and Matthew Lillard was amazing as William Afton. He stole the show in the last 5 minutes when he just gets to be a crazy psychopath in a rabbit suit. He was also really unsettling in the earlier scenes in the movie. I also love the sibling dynamic between Mike and Abby. It was really sweet. The practical effects are also really damn good. Jim Henson's Creature Shop did such a good job bringing these characters to life. The animatronics actually feel like animatronics. Oh yeah, the Springtrap costume looks great as well. I also love how the pizzeria looks. It looks so alive but dead at the same time, and it just looks so spooky. When the movie is actually trying to be funny, it is pretty funny for most of the time. I also like the family aspect of the movie, but it does have some flaws that we'll get to later. And as a FNAF fan, seeing a bunch of Easter eggs and references thrown in the movie was really cool. To me, they don't feel forced and they feel like they come from a genuine care for the franchise. Like, MatPat and Corey showing up as cameos was so cool to see on the big screen. I never thought I would see a whole audience in a theater cheer over MatPat, but like, here we are. And they played the Living Tombstone song during the credits. Like, that's so cool. It's also very faithful to the games. The only thing that's different are the main characters and the fact that William and Mike aren't related. And finally, it's just a really fun time. Sure, critics and non-FNAF fans aren't probably gonna get much from this, but I had an absolute blast watching this. It made me feel a lot of joy. And since I mostly feel nothing but emptiness these days, that is a major accomplishment. Oh yeah, I also got this poster. Look how freaking cool it is. Now, onto the negatives. The story is pretty messy. Wow, who would have thought? A story in a movie about FNAF is confusing? Gee Wilkers, never would have seen that coming. I mean, as a FNAF fan, I understood the story pretty well, but my mom, who's not a FNAF fan, had no idea what the hell was going on. The pacing was also really slow. Like, it took about 45 minutes for the animatronics to start doing shit, if you don't count the opening scene. I also thought Vanessa wasn't great. The dialogue she was given was just terrible. And also, like, why don't you just tell Mike what the is going on? She's like, oh, I want you and your sister to be safe, but stop leaving subtle hints. and just straight up tell them that, oh, the animatronics are possessed by dead children and they want your sister, and also my dad is the one who killed these children and he's voiced by Shaggy. Also, Mike dealing with the kidnapping of his younger brother was a mixed bag. I think it was set up well and it was really interesting, but poorly executed. We don't really have time to feel bad for Mike because it always cuts from him having the same dream about his brother to other stuff. We also don't really get to see Freddy and the gang being killer animatronics. We only get this one scene where a bunch of people break into the pizzeria and trash the place, and then the animatronics start killing them. But that scene feels overall pointless to the plot. It's only there so the movie can remind the audience that these robots are murderers and that Mike has a reason to take Abby to the pizzeria. The rest of the time, the robots are either messing around with Abby or just standing there. They don't really have much to do in the final act. They just kind of take William Afton away and then they just walk away. The one who does most of the action is surprisingly the cupcake. Like, how the are you gonna have a Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but the cupcake does the most action? Also, the animatronics just kind of vibing with Abby during the second act is a little weird to me. Like, I mean, sure, it makes sense that they did this because they're still kids and they wanted to manipulate Abby. And it is very charming and funny, but, like, how am I supposed to take these robots seriously if they're fucking building forts with tables and chairs in the same movie where one of them bites someone in half? Like, I mean, sure, literally everyone stopped taking them seriously a long time ago when the internet memed the shit out of them. But, like, what about everyone else who doesn't know anything about FNAF? How are they supposed to find these characters scary? Also, it's really funny but also kind of sad that the We Are FNAF memes were somewhat kind of true. Oh yeah, that's another thing. This movie isn't scary. Big surprise, I know. Like, yeah, these characters aren't scary because the internet ruined them, but at least try to make them scary again. The only scary part about this movie is the running gag of the Balloon Boy doll jump scare. Like, I'm not joking, those are the only moments in the movie that actually made me jump. The only people that will be scared by this are Security Breach fans, because literally almost every Security Breach fan is under the age of 10. This movie is rated PG-13 because most of its audience are kids, but the movie would have been so much better if it was rated R. It would have made the animatronics slightly more threatening since every time they're about to kill someone it just cuts away, and it also would have done the spring lock scene justice. Like, the spring lock scene still is cool, but it would have been so much better if there was blood splattering everywhere and William was screaming in agony. I know I sound like a psychopath, but like, the movie is just so toned down when it comes to its violent scenes. Oh yeah, we also needed more William Afton. He only shows up in the beginning and in the climax. Once again, Matthew Lillard did amazing and I really wanted to see more of him. The movie also can't decide if it wants to be campy or serious. It tries to do a mixture of both and it just wasn't executed well. Like in one scene, everyone in the animatronics are just laying down on the floor in a circle. And then in the next scene, here's some family drama about the aunt wanting to have custody over Abby because she wants to get paid. And finally, this is somehow a lot less audience friendly than the Mario movie. I know I've said it a lot in this video, but I can totally see why critics and non-FNAF fans hate this movie and why FNAF fans love it. I remember Scott said one of the reasons why the script kept getting so many rewrites is because he wanted to make the movie for everyone to enjoy. But like, Scott, what the f*** happened? Also, this isn't a negative towards the movie, but I swear to God, I don't think FNAF fans have ever been to a movie before. Every single time Freddy showed up on screen, there were people like, "It's Freddy Fazbear! Oh." I know it sounds like I hate the movie, but I don't. I mean, the title of the video clearly proves that. It's just that I wanted more from this, and there are so many things from this that could have been a lot better. I wasn't expecting a masterpiece that was gonna win all of the Oscars, but I was expecting something that would at least be somewhat worth the wait. I do wish it was a lot better, but it was still an extremely fun time to entertain me. It may be a bad horror movie, but it is a pretty damn good video game adaptation. I think the more I watch it, the more I'll dislike it, but for now, I'm gonna give the Five Nights at Freddy's movie a 7 out of 10. Overall, it's not as good as FNAF the Musical, which actually has Markiplier, and this movie doesn't. Anyway, I'm gonna go sit here and wait another 8 years for the sequel to come out.